Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the comments section. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Welcome to this morning's power call. Shout out to Brother Wesley in the premium community. Shout out to Sister Sheila in the premium community. Who else we got up in here? I see Brother Andre Moore. Shout out to Brother Andre in the premium community. Shout out to Sister Sacred in the premium community. Shout out to Sister Verlita in the premium community. And shout out to Brother Kenneth in the premium community. Thank all of you for your support of your power call. Thank all of you for your support for your power call. Today we're going to go over together. I know you guys listened to it yesterday, but I wanted to also listen to it as a group. But now you all should have in the premium community a little better feedback, being that you listened to it yesterday. Kind of veggie backing off of what we listened to last Friday. Let's see who else just stepped in. Oh, it doesn't look like nobody else. Oh, it's just Sacred came in twice. Okay. So today we're listening to Brother Rev Ike speak about mind into matter and about how some of our subconscious thoughts and the way that we think can lead to our reality. If you are not a premium member or if you are not a part of our app, please go to www.thepowercall.net, www.thepowercall.net, and it'll take you into our app via the website, and then you guys can end up coming in through the app, if you will. If you want to upgrade to become a premium member to be a part of the actual live stream, you can do so by going to General, and then at the very top, it'll say the premium community for you all to join. But let us get started with prayer. Brother Kevin Thompson. Yes, sir. I see the link, big bro. www.thepowercall.net. Hit General. Go ahead and sign up, man. It's a dope app, man. Come check it out. Let's get started with prayer. Shout out to Sister Randisha in the premium community. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, surely I'm being turned unto thee, striving to be upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not among the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he this uncommanded, and I'm of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King, there is no God but thee, thou is my Lord, and I'm thy servant. I've been unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So please grant me protection against all my faults, for none grants protection against faults but thee. And guide me to the best of moors, for none can guide me to the best of moors but thee. And turn away from me the evil and the indecent moors, for none can turn away from me the evil and the indecent moors but thee. And O Allah, bless Muhammad, and bless the true followers of Muhammad, as thou did bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham, for surely thou art praiseworthy and magnified. And O Allah, make Muhammad successful, and make the true followers of Muhammad successful, as thou did make Abraham and the true followers of Abraham successful, for surely thou art praiseworthy and magnified. Ameen. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this message here today. I think we had a few more premium members step in, so I want to shout you guys out. Shout out to Sister Sadia, and shout out to Sister Sheila. Shout out to everybody who was on Vimeo via our inside of our app as well. Let me see. Yep. Shout out to everybody who's on Vimeo checking this thing out via the app. And let's go ahead and start with the message.
So each evening before you go to sleep, maybe better that you're already in bed. Just hold sleep back and program your mind. Tell your feelings how you want them to feel. Tell yourself what you want to be, to do, and to have, and actually see yourself being, doing, and having what you want to have while you're in that state between sleep and wake. Why? Because at that time, the conscious mind or the intellect is mostly suspended. And you see, as long as your intellect is really alert, faith doesn't work very well. Because the conscious mind is going to be telling you all the reasons that you can't have what you want to have. You know it, doesn't it? The reasoning mind is good at arguing you out of what you want to be, do, and have. Isn't that right? So while you're in that slightly drowsy state, you see, the intellect is kind of tired anyway, and that's good that it is. Let it lay down. Just tell it, all right, intellect, now I lay me down to sleep. Go on to sleep, intellect, and work with that subconscious and see yourself as you want to be. I mean, go into your real dream world, and you're programming your subconscious. And when you wake up in the morning, you will already be pre-programmed to wake up healthy, to wake up well, to wake up strong, to wake up cheerful, to wake up encouraged, to wake up knowing what to do. Even if you have a problem, you can so program yourself before you go to sleep and rest in the Lord or in the cosmic law of mind, so that when you wake up in the morning, you'll wake up and just proceed in the answer. That's why many times when you first wake up in the morning, something that puzzled you yesterday, the answer just pops up. How many of you have had answers just pop up? That's why. Because as long as the conscious mind or the intellect or the reasoning mind was fighting with that problem, the God in you was not permitted to take it and solve it. You were so busy looking at the problem. That reasoning mind, and you got to watch, you have to know how to work with all of the various facets of your mind. This is why sometimes it seems like there are two people talking inside of you. How many of you have had that? It's between the intellect and the subconscious many times. Some people even describe the middle self. We won't get too technical now. But here in the middle self, I decide that I want to do something, or be something, or to have something. The higher self says you can have it, you can do it. But the lower self, or the subconscious, has been so negatively programmed that it doesn't accept it. The intellect comes in and gives you all the good reasons why you can't. But now you know, you can tell your feelings how to feel. You can program your mind in such a positive way. When you program your mind will always be bringing forth answers to you. Also in the mornings, before you go out to meet the day, I'll tell you how I do it. I simply push myself up against the headboard. I don't even get out of the bunk. My God, how in the world could I get up and go out into life without first programming it? That's why some of you have to read the damn horoscope. You don't know how to program yourself. Let the horoscope program you. That's the worst thing you can do. Because the horoscope has got it all figured out for you. This is a bad day. Tells you, don't do any business today. Pluto is crossing Mars. And Saturn and Mercury are in opposition. And Neptune and the Milky Way are not getting along good today. I'll tell you, all of you that read those horoscopes, that's another thing you need to do. You need to throw those things away if you don't know how to handle them. They will cross you up every time. You see, you'll be feeding all of that negative and positive to your subconscious, and it gets wishy-washy. You wonder, why do things happen like this to me? Well, look at how you program yourself. Every day you read that horoscope. One day it tells you it's a good day. The next day it isn't so hot today. The next day it says, watch out for your friends today. The next day it says, don't travel today, you'll have an accident. I think I'm pretty good with my mental dominion, but you wouldn't pay me to read my so-called horoscope on the day. I wouldn't trust it, because that subconscious mind sometimes picks up things when you don't even know it's picking it up. That's why many times you can hear a song and you can hear music, and you don't necessarily think of that song or that music, but the first thing you know, you're humming it or you're hearing it. How many of you do that? And you never consciously tried to learn it. Is that right? That's exactly how you get negatively programmed. You go to bed right after you listen to the 11 o'clock news. Don't do that. If you must read the newspaper, be sure you do it somewhere in the middle of the day. And before you read it, meditate, and afterward meditate. So in the mornings, I push myself up in bed. You see, this is all I do. This is my whole life. So many times it lasts all day. You have to get up and go to work. That's not going to work too well. But you see, that is my work. In my meditations, I spend a long time, because many times I come here in my meditations and I see all of you plainly, and I minister to you and I talk with you. You see, I can reach you on that great subjective level. This is how I minister to people. That's why I say I'm not a physical presence. I'm a spiritual presence. So in the mornings, before you go out to meet the day, I'm going to suggest maybe you'll set the clock to alarm 10 minutes early, and that'll make a big difference. Just push yourself up into bed. Read the Bible, read some good meditation, or read some good poetry. Things like Lord Byron, I'm the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul. Any good positive thought, or get some good positive thoughts out of Rev Ike's letters or magazines. I like that one that I gave you here recently. How many of you got it? I see myself as a big-time winner in the game of life. Boy, you're ready to go out that day. I set God before me this day to bless, guide, and protect me. And you see, right away, the word has gone forth out of your mouth, and it has programmed your day. And let me tell you this, people, if you don't program your mind, your emotions, and your feelings, the world will program your experience for you. Make no mistake about it, you're going to be programmed one way or the other. Some of you may say, well, I don't feel like doing it. Maybe you don't, but somebody will. Most of us, including myself, we have to do a lot of reprogramming. Because sometimes our parents programmed us negatively and didn't know it. And I keep telling you my experience. My mother, not knowing and not meaning me any harm, programmed me to catch a cold every time I sneezed. Because when I'd sneeze when I was a little fella, she'd say, uh-oh, you're catching a cold. And up until I was in my early 30s, every time I sneezed, I'd catch a cold. Until I wised up, and then I sneezed one day when we were at the Sunset Theater, and I could hear Mama say, uh-oh, you're catching a cold. I said, not this time, Mama. Since then, sneezing doesn't give me cold. And you parents and you older people, be careful how you program your children. Now, where I was brought up, we were automatically programmed to have the measles and the mumps and the whooping cough. And something else I missed. Chicken pox. Yeah, don't forget that. All right, now let's all do some positive programming. Get your hands free. So remember, don't go to sleep unless you do some meditating and positive programming of your mind, your thought, your emotions, and your feelings, and tell your feelings how to feel. Boy, I was so glad when that came to me in my meditation. I said, what? I can even tell my feelings how to feel. Isn't that wonderful? Man, what you learn here, I don't know where we've been going all the time. I've been there. I'm glad I'm out. So program yourself in the morning, and then you'll want to get into the habit at certain times during the day. If you find yourself negatives coming to you, if you have planted the right spiritual thoughts in your subconscious, then the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against it. But if you don't put any good spiritual thoughts and materials into your subconscious mind, when negatives come along, your subconscious mind will just soak in the negatives. And you'll have to go home from work sick in the middle of the day and don't even know why. You see, when you walk into your job in the morning, Susie will look at you and say to you, Janie, you feel all right? You say, well, I don't know. I have felt better, child, Then you see your subconscious is picking up already, There's the first blue suggestion. Then you'll go on down and you'll meet Anna Mae. Anna Mae will look at you. By then, you see, you're beginning to vibrate this negative feeling, you see. And Anna Mae will look at you and see you vibrating this, and she'll say to you, child, you don't look so good today. I don't? No, child. She said, well, to tell you the truth, I don't really feel the best. So you'll drag a little slower then, you see. You see how the world mind is programming you? Because you haven't programmed yourself. By that time, you'll meet your friend that you usually eat lunch with. And she'll ask you real fast, are you going to eat lunch with me today? And then all of a sudden, she'll pick up that negative vibration from you that you're already throwing out even stronger now. And she'll say, oh, is something wrong? You say, well, I was going to try to make the day, but... She said, child, I think you ought to go home. And you say, well, I do think I'll go and tell the boss that I ought to go home today. So on your way to the boss's office, you meet old Fanny Sue, the witchcraft believer. Old Fanny Sue said to you, child, something's wrong with you. You better go and see about yourself. Child, you better go and talk to Madam Zeus. So then you drag on into the boss's office. The boss said, what's wrong, Susie? Said, my God, I never saw you looking like this before. Said, you want to go home? Oh, yes. So you'll drag on out and on down the street and go on down to 116th Street and talk to Madam Zeus. When you walk in, she knows she's got you. See, she sees that you don't have any control over your mind or your emotions or your intelligence or anything. She knows that you are just ready to have the ring put in your damn nose. Now, there's one thing I must give some of these witchcraft workers credit for. Some of them are very good in knowing the workings of the mind, but they take advantage of you. You see, when you know the secrets of the mind, you have to be honest, because you can misuse this thing. And many of you, you've been mentally malpracticed. So if you don't program your mind, baby, this world will program it for you.
Wow, wow, wow. Man, what a message. I want to, man, if that don't embody, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I mean, that just encapsulates it, don't it? We got a few more Power Call premium members that has upgraded. Shout out to, that's in the room, Sister Alexia X. Shout out to Brother Young Khan Nadon in the building. I see Brother Clarence Muhammad in the building. Sister Keisha in the house. Sister Tamora is in the house. Oh, man. Sister Sadia is in the house. Man, shout out to the premium Power Call supporters who are supporting this, your Power Call, being able to spread these teachings every single morning, Monday through Friday. We really appreciate you all for helping offset some of this cost and support your Power Call. We got some great news coming up shortly, family. As I told you all, we're going to have men classes and women classes. I just wanted to give y'all a little sneak peek. Is it okay if I give y'all a sneak peek of what y'all gonna be getting in the premium community? Just say it's all right if it's okay if I can show y'all some of the stuff that y'all are gonna get inside of the premium community. So Monday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the women of the group. They're gonna have sisters only class. And here's one of the thumbnails. Proper diet and food. Preparation for longevity and health for our family. Oh, we got the sisters. They got, man, let me tell y'all some of the topics that they already got brewing. I sound like I'm old on her. That's that life kicking in. Okay, we got the abstinence and the purpose of proper relationships. How to keep our husbands protected. Nurturing our children into greatness. Proper diet and food, preparation for longevity and health. And then we have saving our women from domestic abuse and sex trafficking. Oh my good. We got so many classes coming soon to the premium Power Call community. So I just wanted to give y'all a look, just give you a little sneak peek of what y'all gonna be looking forward to. So yeah, man. It's gonna be amazing. And we got the brothers class, Brother Young Khan the Don. Myself, I have some mindset courses. Brother Young Khan got some courses. We're gonna have some accountability courses in there. So man, this thing is gonna be really, really great for all of you guys who are upgrading to become a premium member. Shout out to Sister Maria Alina. I saw just stepped in. So if you guys that's on the premium side want to come up and share your thoughts, go ahead and press the number 1 at this time. Something that stood out for you guys in this message from Rev Ike. Go ahead and press the number 1 so we can bring you up on the stage. And for those who are tuning in, maybe on Facebook, YouTube, or just Vimeo, the way that you're able to be brought up and share, ask questions in the future is by becoming a part of the app and, just upgrading to that premium. All right, let's bring up Sister Sheelan. If y'all have anything that y'all would like to share about the message today.
All right. I'm going to believe that you can see me and hear me.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, tell your feelings how to feel was what I needed the other day when you sent this to us, because my feelings had stepped into a space that I didn't want them in. So it helped me immediately when I heard him say that if you don't program yourself for the day, which is the great part of prayer, reading the Quran, which is what he said, pray. Well, no, he said sit up, meditate, read the Bible, and say some affirmations and do some other things. But if you, prayer helps greatly when you do that, then you're reading your Quran afterwards, then you go into affirmations and other positive things that you say. But he said, if you don't program yourself, the world will. So I got greatness out of that. He also said, before you, that's the part about the before you meet the day. What else did this man say? He said so much. In between this state of in between sleep and you still being awake, program yourself before you go to sleep and say the things that you want to have happen for that following day. See what you want to be, see what you want to do. And as you're going to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, feel yourself healthy, feel yourself well, feel yourself strong, feel yourself cheerful. Basically, this whole lecture of programming yourself for any and everything that you want to have happen, instead of sitting in a negative space in your life, is what'll have you to intentionally have your life as you want it to be. So I got just programming that subconscious, because that intellect is going to do everything it can to fight it, but program yourself so that you will allow Allah to come in and do what it is that he naturally wants to do for you. So that's what I got out of all of that.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
some, but I'm gonna stop right here. So
Yes,
thank you.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sister Sheila, for sharing that.
Yes.
All right. You know how to exit off?
Let me say this, Brother Ben. I've been wanting to do this for a minute, but I haven't, because it really hasn't too much bothered me. But it's Shelon. And the asterisk over that E changes that sound from she to she, as in egg. So it's
Share.
Shelon, sir.
Shelon. Okay.
It's Shelon.
Yes, ma'am. Sister Shalon. Am I saying I said it right that time?
Yes, yes, you did. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Brother Wesley said I've been saying it wrong too. Somebody said, brother.
Young Conley Boy got it down. He got it down. I guess he done talked to me enough, so he got it down.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, little girl.
All right.
Where
Up
is it? Where
next
is
we
it?
have okay, let's see if she can, you know how to do it?
I do, but why is it? There it goes.
Okay, there we go. I know I see Brother Wesley is up next. Somebody said, would you be so kind to send me the message? Yes. All of the replays will be inside of the Power Call replays as well, Daniel. Just go to www.thepowercall.net and you can sign up. But let's bring up Brother Wesley. Shout out to Brother Aunt King. Shout out to Sister Yusina. Shout out to Jacqueline Muhammad tuned in under the Power Call community, man. Look at our supporters tapping in this morning. Man, this is amazing. Let me show y'all. Let me see. There we go. There go Brother Wesley.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for that correction, Sister Shalon. Be able to get that right. But this message is so beautiful. Listen to it the first time yesterday. I had takeaways. I dropped in testimony, but then listen to it again. Of course, you pick up more as you listen to these type of messages. And it's good to remember that truth can come from anybody. That's one thing that I've taken from this as well. And oftentimes when you play different messages from, like, say, E.T. or T.D. Jakes or whoever else, that we want to make sure that we're open to the truth that's coming from this person and not so much the vessel in that it's coming from as well. But what stood out this time around, listening to it, was about when he brought up about the horoscopes and having these type of suggestions that can creep to your mind. And that'll lead you throughout your day from a standpoint where you begin to believe what you read and you begin to submit yourself, and your actions start to line up with what you're reading because you've committed it to your subconscious and even your conscious as well. And then also how other people can pick up on your lack of control of your mind. That's a very powerful thing as well, because when you don't plan, other people are planning the same thing when it comes to agendas. If you don't have an agenda for your life or an agenda for the way you're going to carry out your day, you fall victim to the agenda of the world. You fall victim to the agenda of others. And I leave that as well, as far as when you have plans and you say, okay, this is what I want to get done today. If you leave any gap in your schedule or any gap or too much time in your schedule to do what you want to do, someone will find something to fill those gaps. So we want to make sure that we keep it as airtight as possible. And as Sister Shalom brought up as well, that we want to start our day on a positive note. The better you start your day, the better you'll carry out your day as well. And the easier it is to end your day with that as well. I believe E.T. brought up one time that even when he on his schedule and he's staying tight with it, how the devil can creep up and say, oh, you want to go do this? And he said, no, I'm too tired to do this. Check out with me tomorrow. So if we keep our schedule filled with what we know is going to help benefit us, and we're constantly working on that improvement, it leaves no room for error and no room for those evil suggestions that can creep in as well. And I say that because in listening to this yesterday, and then because I've gotten my Savior's letters back, and I had one particular part that I need to fix on there. And I was talking to my father about it, and with well intentions, he was saying, okay, you got that part you need to fix. So don't worry, don't focus on so much on that part you need to fix that you mess up somewhere else. And I said, I got to stop you right there. I don't even think like that. I'm going to focus on improving it and improving my letter. I'm not going to think about what worse can happen or messing up on a different part that I appear to have gotten correct as well. I just focus on what I need to improve, focus on continue to improve myself and continue studying. But even those with good intentions can also have a little bit of deceptive intelligence. It can also affect your subconscious, affect your conscious as well, based off of what they say and the way they may be thinking in the moment and how they may project on you. You'll begin to take it on if you don't have a mind that's disciplined, if you don't have a mind that's focused on your goal and you're not envisioning the goal. So this is a beautiful message. Again, I'm going to keep this in the forefront as far as remembering to look over this, because it's always a constant battle. We're bombarded with missiles, distractions every day. We're bombarded with other suggestions of other people all the time, especially with social media. When you brought up about music and how you can find yourself humming songs, especially with social media, you hear the same type of sounds on social media. You start knowing the words of the songs. You never even listened to the full song before, but those 15 seconds have now hypnotized you in the sense that you're now singing those songs. So just being careful of what's being dropped in on us. And I'll land it on that. I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, sir. Man, one of the things that stood out to me was actually he kind of stated what me and Brother Wesley said the other day about like being sick, and about how I said when I'm playing basketball, it's like I don't feel sick at all until afterwards I remind myself that I was sick, and then the sniffles come back or my nose start running again or things of that nature. That's what used to happen when I played, AAU basketball as I was traveling. And I don't know how many of y'all was here Friday, but I think of it, I think what would be most understood by many of you all is like a new car. Whenever you get a new car, you see a new car, or your mom get a new car, dad gets a new car, whatever the case may be, you start to see that car everywhere, but you never saw it like that before. So it's like you attract things or you notice things that has already been there. And it reminds me of the minister saying at one point that everything that we need is already here. We just have to pull on the memory gland of the universe. We got to pull on the memory gland and have faith that we'll get some type of substance, but we have to just pull on it. But the material is already here. It's kind of like when we go over what's the difference between being made and created, right? We have no birth record, so there's no beginning nor ending. It says that Allah self-created. But when we talk about the white man in Genesis, it says, let us make man, not create man, because they're made from the material that's already here. You make, okay, these ingredients are already here. So everything that we need is already here. We just have to put our mind in the right state, the right frequency, so that we can vibrate and attract that which is already here. So many of us already have opportunities that's around us. But when we think negative, I can't see those opportunities. Many of us got positive things that go on around us literally every day. But if we have the wrong mindset, we are only focused on the negative things that are around us that forces us and keeps us in the depression, keeps us mad, keeps us angry, keeps us down. Literally, the way that we think, we can see a good situation and literally turn it into something bad because of our perception. Matter of fact, tomorrow we're going to read an article because it just came to me. So, team, if y'all can help me remember, there's an article called Mood Affects Perception. And the minister talked about an article that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's grandson, I think, wrote to him, and he got mad at it or saw it in a bad spirit the first time he read it, and he waited and read it again, and he saw it differently. So based on what our own mood is, we can look at something and say, man, that's horrible, or we can make it bad when it's really not even bad. The person didn't say it that way, or the brother didn't do it that way, or the sister didn't do it that way, but your mood makes you see it a certain way. You can be thinking a person got an attitude. I'm like, man, hey, man, I ain't got no attitude, or she ain't got no attitude. But your mood is interpreting the sound a certain type of way. So, man, the mind is so important. And I think that what we're going to read tomorrow with that mood affecting perception is going to be deep and really drive this message even home even more. So, I know some of y'all on Vimeo saw. I forgot that y'all could actually see what I was doing, but I wanted to show y'all just another class that's coming soon inside the premium community by Sister Alexia. She's gonna be teaching on abstinence and the purpose of the proper relationship. So go ahead and get your upgrade, family. Go ahead and get that upgrade inside of your premium community. Anybody else want to add something to this morning's message on the premium call? Press the number 1. Press the number 1 if y'all have anything that you would like to share. Somebody said like a text message. Now, I don't know if you meaning what I was just thinking, what you made me think of, but how many times have y'all thought about somebody and they text you as soon as you thought of them? Called you as soon as you thought of them? Man, the minister said that's the power of our mind, but because we have been made, I don't know what the word is, well, let me say it this way. We have been made other than ourselves. We've lost some of the telepathy that we used to do. The minister talks about the fluoride in the water and the type of food, the quality of food that we have. How often we eat affects the power that we once had. Well, really that we have, but has been tampered with because of the way that we're living. But that is the old way of communicating. I mean, that it be so spooky sometimes when it happens. It's like as soon as you think about them or a certain topic, you see it. Now somebody tried to blame it on all the internet. It got these rays that come out and they can read your thoughts. Now they may have something like that. They no, or they was like, well, they can tell what you're searching for and what you're looking at. Now that is true. That's definitely true. I know that to be a fact. They can listen to your phone calls, but I'm talking about I be thinking it. I ain't researched, think it. And then it come up like, wow. So we really can bring things, man, into reality. So we must focus more on our thoughts. Like when I think about life and where I was, when you working so much, it's hard to think. Everything is subconscious. Everything is subconscious. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm getting in the car. I'm going to work. I'm getting out the car. I'm doing the work. coming home, eating, like it's like a routine that I really don't have to really think about. It's automated. It's automated. And in certain books, they call it auto-suggestion. So how often are we consciously thinking about certain things to try to will it into existence? Or do we just let life be? But the problem is, if we're operating solely off of our subconscious mind, other people can put things into our subconscious mind that don't belong there. Some of the beliefs that we have are really limiting beliefs from our parents, doubtful beliefs from our parents, or people that we grew up under, or people that we was influenced by. And if we have not changed those beliefs or reprogrammed those beliefs, that's what is leading to our actions and our feelings, and ultimately leading to our results. So let's bring on Brother Young Khan. The Don has something to share. I see Brother Gregory 2X done tuned in to the premium community. Thank you, sir. Let's bring on Brother Young Khan, the Don.
We work. Oh man, boy, we in. Hey, brother Ben, we in this thing, man. Y'all. Shout out to the community. Hey, first of all, y'all playing games if y'all ain't no premium member, man. You need to be inside this group. This is where you need to be at. I just realized, brother Ben, that not only is what this man's saying 100% actual and factual, but I just realized my music ain't just motivation. That's what it is, brother Ben. It's affirmation music, man. Yes, I got a song right now that says, you become what you think about. That's the song, y'all. It says, you become what you think about, whatever's on your mind. See it, and you can be it anywhere, anytime. You become what you think about. Oh, boys. Hey, brother Ben, I'm going to send you the whole box set, brother, the premium box set with 10 albums in it, with 10 songs on every album. I'm sending that to you this morning as an appreciation gift, brother, for all the hard work that you do. But this is absolutely affirmation music, y'all. Y'all need to be inside of this group, man, because you got to reprogram your mind. I'm going to put a post up a little later. Y'all heard about the lady that say somebody hit her in the face with a brick, right? Yeah. And come to find out, ain't nobody even hit it with a brick at all. But I got a question. How many bricks are you hitting yourself with every day? Oh, yeah, you just making up stories every day. You hitting yourself with bricks, man, and blaming it on everybody else. The brick of self-doubt. Oh, yeah, you're hitting yourself in the head with it. The brick of disbelief. You hitting yourself and you blaming somebody else, saying it's their fault, when really you become what you think about, whatever's on your mind. See it, and you can be it anywhere, anytime. You become what you think about. Man, shout out to Rev Ike, man, and shout out to all the premium members on this call, man. I'm excited and fired up, boys. Gonna be a good one. I'm just telling y'all, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But if you don't know how to get ready, this is the place you need to be, inside of the premium power call. You need to be there, man. You need to be a member. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm so fired up, brother Ben. I got work to do. I can't be on this thing all day, man. I got to get stuff done, y'all. What y'all getting done today? That's all I want to know, man, because you become whatever you think about. That's all I want to say, brother Ben. Back to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I want to also shout out Sister Patrice X is also inside of our Power Call community. I see you down there. So I don't see any more number one. So I think that is it for the day. Short and sweet today. Short and sweet. They not gonna always be long tomorrow morning. Make sure you show up on time, because we will be reading an article. I see Sister Yasina got something to share, so y'all don't go nowhere. We're not ending. Tomorrow we will be reading an article together, and that's a very, very good article, because we always going through trials. We're always going through difficulty, either self-inflicted or trials that Allah is just trying us with once or twice a year, as it says in the Quran. So there's always something going on in our lives that may cause us to get into a mood, and we want to make sure that we have, as much as we can, Allah's coloring, his viewpoint on it versus allowing our emotions to taint it and affect our perception of what we see going on in our lives, not just in others, but in ourselves as well. So let's bring up Sister Yasina. Let me go and invite her up. Man, this app, man, this is so convenient. We ain't got to be hopping on Zoom and doing all that. I mean, we right here in the app with it, y'all. Woo, Sister Tamora got them sisters. She gathering them sisters together. There she go. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, sorry y'all, but I'm in between mommying and this class right here. But this made me think about what Mother Tynetta said, and that's when she traveled with expectations. She expected whatever she thought of, she expected Allah to deliver it and grant her expectations. So if she wanted to see the baby plane, she knew that by the end of the day, Allah will bless her to see the baby planes. And she looked up at the sky, and he's granted her expectations. And she would say, have no fear, have expectations. And expectations surround you with the safety net that no matter what it is, God has you. So whatever it is that we desire, the universe will grant it to us. As like, Brother Wesley just said, and you all said, we have to travel knowing that Allah has us, because when we travel in doubt and suspicion, we rob ourselves of the blessings and the mercy of Allah, and we rob ourselves of the universe continuously granting us what the minister said, that it has to grant us, as long as we're operating in God's time and in his manner. So just travel with expectations. Try it a little bit. I do it a lot. And, you mentioned that radio in the head. Mother said that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I think it's harder to send out a message, but it's easier to receive a message. So one of the tips she gave was to go into a quiet area and practice. And as we know, practice makes perfection. Okay, I got to go back to mommy mode. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing.
I know how to get out of here, Brother Ben. So
let me see if I can help you out. Okay, there we go. All right, family. So that is the end of our power call. For those who are tuning in and you're not inside the app, if you're listening to this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Facebook right now and you want to say, man, let me go see, we do have a free version. So we're never going to make you pay to get this good teaching. But if you guys want to be a part of the live part of it, then you can become a premium member. But if you guys go to www.thepowercall.net, you're going to be, you can log in via the web, or you can download the app via Mighty Networks for now. But go ahead and do it on the web, because if you would like to upgrade and you have an iPhone, you would have to upgrade via the website on like Safari or a browser. It's not available yet to upgrade inside of the app. But this is where we dialogue. You can chat in there. You can give feedback in there. We have community feedback. You can give testimonials in there. So it's a lot of good things in the app as well, even on the free version. But on that premium version, we're going to have a book club. We're going to be reading books together. We're going to be doing men's only classes, women's only classes. So the sisters going to gather themselves, and we got some brothers who going to gather, and we just going to have our private talk. So it's going to be really, really dope, man. And it's going to be all around self-improvement, self-development, uplifting our minds, just overcoming some of the problems that we all have, whatever vices that we all have, just so we can dialogue with each other and just grow. So thank you all for listening. We will also have special guests as well. We do have Brother Abdul Qiyam, inshallah, coming this Friday. So if you are not a premium member, I do encourage you to become one, because that is where that live stream will be taking place. It will not be public. It will be inside of our inside of our premium app. Now, the public, you guys will get clips, so we'll put clips out there so you guys can get pieces of the message. Of course, we still want you guys to get value. But if you want to be able to ask some questions, you want to see it live, it will be inside that premium community. Now, I know a lot of y'all may not know who Brother Abdul Qiyam is. However, Brother Abdul Qiyam is the social media manager of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he actually talks to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan pretty frequently, family. Okay, so he knows, he's the one who has been behind the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Twitter account, Instagram account, Facebook account, all of that, family. Let me show y'all a picture. I know y'all, so y'all can see. Yeah, that's the brother right there on your right in the black suit. That's Brother Abdul Qiyam. He has beautiful interviews because he talks directly with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, so he can give us guidance directly from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that is up to date, especially as it pertains to social media and what the minister wants from us. He said that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan loves feedback as well. That's why I asked you guys to put your testimonials inside of that app, because Brother Abdul Qiyam, whether you guys know it or not, now he is inside of the app. So instead of me having to send it to him and all that type of stuff, he can go in and maybe show the minister some of your testimonials and what you're thinking about his message that he has blessed the world with all over the world. Now, I didn't even notice that y'all couldn't see it on the premium app. My bad. My fault, y'all. I had the premium call. How I'm going to have the premium call closed off, but everybody else can see it? Ain't that messed up? My bad, y'all. But yeah, y'all know what he looked like, though. That's Brother Abdul Qiyam right there, family. He will be with us this Friday talking about social media and, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, family. So make sure that you guys become a premium member and go ahead and upgrade, because that is going to be an interview. That is going to be a brother that you don't want to miss out on, that you can ask questions to. If you don't believe me, just wait till the clips come out if you don't want to become a premium member. But that brother has some great responses, and it's always something, some type of wisdom from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Also, I don't know how many of you all have the actual Twitter Teachings books. So there's a book called Twitter Teachings 2.0 of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. How many of y'all are familiar with those two books? How many of y'all are familiar with those two books? I'm about to put it on the screen right now. If you are not familiar with those two books, here are the books right here. Brother Abdul Qiyam is the brother who created or made these books. These are the questions and answers from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, family. These are the questions and answers from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan via Twitter. Now, don't pay attention to those prices. Those prices may have changed. This is an old picture, okay? This is an old picture. The price probably went up, as it should, because inflation increased, okay? But anyways, he compiled all the questions and answers that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan received via Twitter and put them in a book. People have asked him about religion, spirituality, economics, political things, and he has categorized the minister's answers in sections so that we can read the minister's questions and answers. So this is the brother, inshallah, that we'll be seeing this Friday. So I encourage you guys to upgrade, okay? Shout out to Sister Jelana Muhammad. I see you just sneaked on into this power call premium call. Shout out to Sister Jelana Muhammad, who has also upgraded as well. So with that being said, I hope you guys got something out of this and the feedback this morning. We'll see you guys tomorrow going over mood affects our perception. Assalamu alaikum, and y'all have a blacktastic day. Peace.